Last year we bought this beautiful ancient house in a hillside village in Sicily with the plans of turning it into our perfect holiday home. Unfortunately, this dream has not yet become a reality, and we want to share the real reason why we haven't been back in over 6 months. We are going to be answering some of the most common questions that we've been getting about our place in Sicily. First and foremost, why we haven't been out there anytime recently, or at least shared that with you guys. Do we regret purchasing the house, and what our plans are for the place?
Let's get stuck in with the most common one, which is why haven't we been back there? Because if you started subscribing to us because you wanted to see Sicily content, you've been shortchanged and you want your money back.
Luckily, it's a free platform.
Probably the biggest reason that we're feeling at the moment, and that is our son Noah.
Yeah. So many of you know that a couple of years ago, Noah joined us, and it has been a whirlwind. It's something that, although we love being parents on camera has been really, really challenging. Way more challenging than we ever thought it was going to be.
When we started the channel, we never planned for it to become our job, and then we didn't plan what life would be like with a kid. So if you've been watching the more recent videos, you'll notice that our son is not really in them. And we're also probably the happiest we've ever been on camera. And those two things are not a coincidence, I would say.
The best way of describing it for me, anyway, I find to people, is that when Noah is with us, I am mum, first and foremost, and then I am Emma from Travel Beans after that. So it's really, really hard for me to be even able to hold a conversation with you on camera when Noah is present, because he just takes all of my attention away. And yeah, that just makes it a lot less enjoyable for us, because we don't have that banter and that back and forth and that fun that we have when he's not with us.
We've tried having my mum look after him, so he's getting some nana time while we can go and film, and that worked great. So that might happen more often in the future, in future videos, but we're definitely phasing him out of the channel. It's something that never sat right with us, and as he's getting older, it's just become more pressing for us, as we took the time to figure out, do we want our son to grow up on camera? And just the answer to us in our soul is no.
Yeah, and that's no judgment for anyone who decides to do that, but for us it just doesn't fit.
So if you did subscribe to the channel just to see our son,
firstly, kind of weird.
then, I'm sorry to disappoint, but we just can't, in our own good conscience, in our heart, show him. You know, he might be in every now and again, like, we're not going to put some strict rules on it because this is our life, but he's
not going to be front and center.
No, absolutely not. And so how this relates to Sicily is that because the house is just not ready to have a very active toddler in it, and it's more of a bomb site, I think the next time we go to Sicily, it's more likely to be just us, or even just me, to go and get some things done so that it can be a space to have Noah and to have my mum come along as well to help, so we can juggle our work and our personal life. Having said all this, you guys are probably wondering, do we regret it? Because maybe I'm wondering that too. Do we regret it?
I don't think so. I think we knew from the beginning that this was going to be a challenge to actually get to a point of being completed. I think it's disappointing in a way that we can't just get stuck in straight away. Like, you know, when all the excitement was there and we bought the place, we couldn't just get stuck in and start work right away and kind of ride off that motivation. So I think that definitely is going to make it take a lot longer than we ever had planned. But I think once it's done, we're going to have the most beautiful, wonderful holiday home in Sicily that we can make so many memories in.
Yeah, I don't regret it at all. To have a place that's like 15 minutes from the Mediterranean,
overlooking the Mediterranean.
It's so good. I feel like we considered everything, like the work that's going to be involved and the money that it's going to cost, all these things. I just don't know if, at least from my perspective, considered enough our son in terms of how the renovation and the work aspect. Like, we're thinking of him in terms of, hey, what a beautiful place this is going to be for him to experience and to grow up learning some Italian and playing with all the local kids and all these cultures that have come to this lovely village, and swimming and hiking and the food and just like everything around that, like the romanticized dream.
Yeah, but we have to get to the point of completing the property renovation before all of that can happen.
But that's just unfortunately the kind of people we are as well, is that
we get ahead of ourselves.
We get ahead of ourselves, like big dreamers, and then when it comes to the reality, you know, we're not as well equipped. And I don't necessarily want to change who we are as well, because that's who we are. Maybe we've put things off a little bit in exchange for not having to think about it.
With everything going on with parenting and figuring out our next steps, it has been challenging to take on big projects. But what has been manageable is fitting in a few minutes each day to practice our Italian so that we can feel more comfortable when the time comes to get started on this renovation project. We've started using Rosetta Stone, who are the paid partners of today's video. It's no long lessons, just natural, intuitive learning that actually sticks. You're not just memorizing random vocab, you're seeing pictures and listening to native speakers, and your brain starts to naturally make those connections like it would in real life. And the True Accent feature is brilliant because it gives you real-time feedback on your pronunciation, which means less time guessing and more time feeling like you know what you're doing. I also love the phrasebook section, where you can access and practice some really helpful phrases for very specific situations, such as eating at a restaurant or meeting people. If learning a new language has been on your list, even if it's just for travel or a personal challenge, then we definitely would recommend giving Rosetta Stone a try. We have a special offer of over 60% off a lifetime subscription to all 25 languages. It's just one simple payment and you're all set to go. If you're interested, check out our link, which is down in the description below, or scan the QR code that's on the screen right now. I think another big thing for us around the reasons as to why we haven't been out there too is that we've already niched in on one type of content before with our camper van. And after a while, we actually found that we were losing our passion for van life because we were filming it all the time. And
basically just squeezed out every ounce of joy that we could have from it. From like a hobby that we genuinely loved, but we found every way to squeeze out the enjoyment in a very short space of time. And
we really are aware that we don't want to do that with Sicily, because, you know, we've bought a home there. We want that to be a place of joy and memories and all of the good things. So
I think we made a commitment to ourselves that with the channel that we're never going to just do one type of content, just for my brain type. I get bored easily. It's the reason why we continue running around the world, coming up and doing all these crazy silly things. It's just to keep me interested, because that's just how I work with ADHD. And so I just want to make sure that we try different things and we just make sure that we
have a life full of variety.
So in the time from leaving Sicily, we said we wanted to try stuff. So we did a cruise in Norway. We went to Svalbard into 24 hours of darkness. We've been doing these extreme day trips and trying some English tourism as well. And it's been really fun just having this variety. So the channel is always going to have the variety. So Sicily is never going to be our main thing. It's just going to be one of our things.
And I think I'm just going to add in there about the planning aspect of things. The fact that we don't have a solid plan for how we're going to tackle the renovation, I think that's another reason why we have put off going, because it's like, where on earth do we start?
We both have ADHD, so just to get us to know us a little bit better, because I'm sure there's lots of times you're watching and you're kind of screaming at the TV like, why are you doing this?
That's going on in our brains also.
Why are you being so stupid? And but maybe sometimes you're like, they seem so aware and switched on. Maybe you're not ever thinking that, like these guys seem clueless all the time. And like, I think we have a nice bit of both. But our brain type does stop us sometimes. So if we feel overwhelmed, we just push everything away and we kind of just bury our heads in the sand for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that is kind of what's happened.
Yeah, and having a travel channel where you can just run off to here, there and everywhere to distract you is actually very convenient. Like, oh no, we don't need to start the renovation yet. Let's go to Svalbard.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you have to go and learn how to renovate a whole house right now, and you've got lots of people watching that want you to see as well, so that little bit of pressure.
Or you could go to
Butlins and have a blast.
Which would you choose?
I feel like we're just like laying on our little secrets here behind the scenes of who we really are.
They're gonna figure us out.
Yeah. I think they already figured. We've been on 10 years we've been doing this.
I know. Yeah, we celebrated 10 years last month on YouTube. We were planning to make some kind of epic video about that, but we didn't.
Because again, that's who we are. Another common question that you guys ask us is, what is next for the house?
And we have a lot of plans up here. We haven't got the ball rolling with all of them yet, or any of them yet. But the basic plan is to keep it roughly the same. Get things like a kitchen put in. We have had a meeting with architects to kind of find out some of the more practical sides of the building work that we want to have done. So one of the big projects we really want to do is to get a roof terrace put in. That's the main big project. We still don't know 100% if that's going to be able to go forward or not.
Yeah, there's some issues with planning from what we bought and what's on the plans, and if it's allowing us to be able to go into the attic or not. There's some work going on behind the scenes regarding that.
Yep, and if you guys remember the house, the dining room is this tiny little dark room next to the kitchen. We're going to open up that wall between the kitchen and the dining room, a big archway, so it kind of lets in a lot more light and makes it a bit more open plan down there. Those are the main building things. We also have some crumbly walls that need to be addressed as well. So those are the main building things we're going to do. Final question is, when will we be back in the Sicily house?
So yeah, we should be there right now.
Yeah.
We decided, actually, the reason we decided to cancel the trip the day before was because we just really put ourselves there and felt what it would be like to be there with Noah, this version of Noah, because obviously he's growing and changing all the time.
Yeah.
And this version, it's not right.
No, we didn't feel it was fair for him or us.
And even you, like the content that we would have made, the whole thing wasn't right.
Yeah, it just felt off.
Yeah.
So we delayed it, basically, and we are hoping to get out there in the next month.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to go either, as we said, just us, just one of us, or we'll take Al's mum with us. We still haven't decided on all the details.
Yeah.
But we do want to get out there and get the ball rolling.
Or thinking out loud, just coming up with this on the spot, maybe the both of us will go, and then you will go back and I'll stay a little bit longer.
Yes.
And carry on with what we're doing.
That's a fantastic idea, because then I don't have to be away from him too long. We want to say thank you guys so much for sticking around, because we know this has been a long wait to update you on Sicily, and yeah, we appreciate you guys supporting us, watching our videos, interacting with our content. We really, really do appreciate all of you.
And like, we can't believe we've been doing this for 10 years. And
blows my mind.
You know, people have joined and left on the journey, and you know, ups and downs, and like our life has been full of ups and downs, and it's been so amazing to share it with you guys. And
some of you guys have been here since like day one. That really blows my mind. Like, some of you have seen us grow up from 20-something-year-olds into 30-something-year-olds with a kid.
Yeah. And
crazy.
I think as well, just from like our point of view, or certainly mine, like the most recent 3 videos we've made where we have made this decision, taken Noah out, is the most we've enjoyed making videos in so many years.
Yeah.
We're really finding our love for it again, and the aim is to get making more regular content. In a dream situation, we'd be making content every week, but because we don't want our son involved with the videos, it's just trying to work out. We don't want to be away from him all the time.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
not what we want to do either.
Yeah.
We just like go away for a day and then or go away for a couple of days and then we get to spend the next number of weeks with him.
And we want it to still be enjoyable, you know, like when we've been going away for the last few videos together, we've really enjoyed that, and we don't want it to be like this, like, oh, we have to film a video, you know, and like thinking of it in that way. We want to be like, oh, we get to film a video, what are we going to film next? So it's just trying to figure out a way that we feel comfortable with Noah so that he's happy, we're happy, and you guys are happy watching the content.
Yeah, so thank you so much for sticking with us during this inconsistency. And if you're interested in Rosetta Stone, check the link down in the description below. And
nothing left to say.
Well,
thank you so much for watching.
Well, you're just going too far ahead, because I've also got to say something about a like button and a subscribe button and a comment. Just leave that down there. And nothing left to say. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. And beans out.